The arena fell silent as Zexathara the Destroyer raised his forearms in triumph. The human warrior lay motionless in the dirt, his strange camouflaged uniform torn and bloodied. The Galactic Combat Federation had seen many species compete over the centuries, but humans were still relatively new to the arena, and apparently quite fragile. Another pathetic Terran falls before the might of the Kethmori Empire. Zexathara's voice boomed through his translator, his chitinous exoskeleton gleaming under the arena lights. The crowd of various alien species cheered, though some seemed disappointed by how quickly the fight had ended. Commander Vexali, the tournament overseer, floated down to the arena floor. His tentacled form rippled with what passed for amusement among his species. The human designation, let me see. SEAL Team 6, Petty Officer First Class Marcus Chen has been defeated. Medical teams will... Chen's eyes snapped open. In one fluid motion, he rolled backward, drew a ceramic knife from his boot and buried it between two plates of Zexathara's exoskeleton. The Destroyer's victory roar turned into a shriek of pain and confusion. Rule number 1, Chen said quietly, rising to his feet with predatory grace. Never turn your back on a SEAL until you've confirmed the kill. Zexathara spun around, ichor spraying from the wound, his forearms flailing. Impossible. I felt your spine crack, your ribs shattered. Chen spat blood and grinned, his broken tooth catching the light. Yeah, that hurt like hell. But pain's just weakness leaving the body. He circled the larger alien with the patience of a hunting cat. See, that's the thing about humans, we don't know when to quit. The crowd had gone completely silent now. In 3,000 years of arena combat, no species had ever continued fighting after sustaining injuries that should have been fatal. Zexathara charged, his massive bulk surprisingly fast. Chen didn't retreat. Instead, he stepped inside the alien's reach, using the Destroyer's own momentum against him. Years of close-quarters combat training took over as Chen locked onto the alien's center arm, using it as leverage to swing up and lock his legs around Zexathara's thick neck. You humans are insane, Zexathara gasped, clawing at Chen's legs. Damn right we are, Chen replied through gritted teeth, tightening his hold. That's what happens when you evolve on a death world where everything's trying to kill you. In the VIP section, Ambassador Thelnar of the Hegemony Council leaned forward. This human had mentioned something important. Their planet of origin was classified as a death world. Only 12 such worlds had ever been discovered in the galaxy, and only 3 had ever produced sapient life. The other 2 species from death worlds had conquered half the galaxy before being stopped. Zexathara's struggles grew weaker. His species was used to dominating through brute strength, not enduring prolonged combat. Chen's smaller frame was perfectly adapted for efficiency and endurance, traits forged in the crucible of Earth's hostile environment. You want to know the difference between your species and mine? Chen whispered as Zexathara began to lose consciousness. Your people became apex predators on a garden world. Mine learned to survive where apex predators hunt in packs. Zexathara collapsed. The arena remained silent. Chen stood over his fallen opponent, swaying slightly but still upright. He looked up at the alien crowd, then at the medical teams that were afraid to approach. Someone want to tell me what the prize money is for this tournament? He called out, his voice carrying clearly in the stunned silence. Commander Vexali's tentacles trembled. The winner receives 50,000 galactic credits and the title of arena champion. Chen nodded. Good. I'll be donating the money to veteran rehabilitation programs on Earth. As for the title, he glanced down at Zexathara, who was still breathing but unconscious. I've got a job to get back to. Real wars to fight, real people to protect. As the medical teams finally rushed forward, Ambassador Thelnar activated his secure communicator. Council emergency session. Authorization Thelnar 77 Alpha. Topic: Immediate strategic reassessment of Terran military capabilities. The response was immediate. What's your assessment, Ambassador? Thelnar watched as Chen allowed the medics to examine him, still alert despite injuries that should have killed him. We may have severely underestimated this species. Recommend we expedite diplomatic relations and avoid any military confrontations with the Terran Federation. Based on one arena fight? Based on the fact that this human isn't even their elite warrior class. According to his designation, he's mid-level military at best. Thelnar paused, processing the implications. If this is what they consider standard infantry, I don't want to discover what their actual elite forces are capable of. Down in the arena, Chen was finally accepting medical treatment, though he kept refusing the stronger pain medications. Thanks, Doc, but I need to stay sharp. Never know when the next fight's coming. The alien medic's multiple eyes blinked in confusion. But the tournament is over. You won. Chen looked up at the thousands of alien faces staring down at him, some in awe, others in fear, most in complete bewilderment. Today's tournament, maybe, but there's always another fight. He stood up, waving off further medical attention. That's what it means to be human. We don't fight because we want to. We fight because we have to, and we never ever give up. As he walked toward the exit, the crowd began to cheer, not for victory, but for something they had never seen before. The absolute refusal to surrender in the face of impossible odds. In the days that followed, recruitment for the Galactic Defense Force saw a curious new trend. For the first time in galactic history, species from across the galaxy were specifically requesting to serve alongside human units. They wanted to learn what it meant to never give up. They wanted to learn what it meant to be human.